What's up, guys? Eric here, Driveline, checking in with y'all for another video. And I am at the Prime mothership terminal over here, headed in for DOT physical. And I'm taking a big risk, you guys. I'm taking a big risk because they've been known to, well, the rumor is, I don't have any evidence of this, but the rumor is that they're pretty heavy-handed on giving drivers sleep studies and putting drivers on CPAPs. Now, everybody I know that's on a CPAP is happy with it and say they sleep much better. So, you know, if it has to happen, it has to happen. But I need to get running. I don't have time to sit around here for a couple days. I should have been planned better about this and gone to another facility, but I had to come here and get an APU service anyway. So it is what it is. We're headed inside for a DOT physical. And it's kind of funny because I've been really paranoid about it. I mean, 2 years ago, I got a clean bill of health, but I've been, still, you know, I'm 45, so you get kind of paranoid about all of it. So I haven't had nicotine or caffeine for a day. I don't know how much that contributes to blood pressure and all that, but I've just been paranoid about it. So no nicotine, no caffeine for a day. I was sick a couple weeks ago, so I've got some some phlegm action still happening. So I know they're listening to you breathing and all that stuff. So it's like, my wife tells me I've lost weight. I haven't scaled myself for a year and a half, probably a year and a half. So I don't know how heavy I am. I don't know any of it, man. So I'm just going in, risking it for the biscuit, and we'll see how it goes. But I am happy that you no longer have to go through all the rigmarole of like emailing. For Texas, you got to email a copy of your DOT, your medical card, and then just hope for the best. There's nobody you can contact. They don't respond to you and all that. So apparently that's out the window now. The facility that does the certification, the medical facility, now sends it to the FMCA, and the FMCA sends it to the state and to the carrier. So at least there's that. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to run and get that taken care of, then take a shower. I'll be back with you guys here shortly. All right, guys, I am having a post-DOT physical shower. And for those who don't drive for Prime, I just want to give you a quick browse. Showers are pretty nice here. Of course, they better be nice because according to a lot of the comments, we don't make any money. And I'm supposed to believe the comments instead of my own settlements. But anyway, it was chaos down there for the DOT physicals. It did not help my stress level at all. I'll explain that to you guys here shortly. I know this is going to be horrible to admit, but I passed with flying colors, and I've lost 10 pounds since my last DOT physical. I was at 249 2 years ago. I'm at 239 today. Flies all over me. Everything was good. Man, it was stressful though, because the two drivers that had appointments right before mine both got sleep studies, and then there was some other guy that had all kinds of, his situation was all messed up. He had a sleep study last night, and he had a bus ticket. He was a TNT student. He had a bus ticket to go home and get something fixed with his license that was supposed to leave this afternoon, but because he had a sleep study last night, he can't get that bus ticket refund. So I'm like watching all this happen in front of me while sitting there and trying to breathe slow, take deep breaths, and try to do everything I can to make sure I don't get nabbed for a sleep study. But the doctor was like, you ain't anywhere close to needing a sleep study. So that really worked out. So, but in full transparency, because you guys know that I'm on my Soylent diet for the next 2.5 weeks. So I won't be buying any food out on the road. I'll just be doing those, which I don't eat at truck stops anyway, so that ain't a problem. But to celebrate losing 10 pounds, I texted my wife and said, hey, I got a cheeseburger to celebrate losing 10 pounds, which is not advisable, but it's what I did. So anyway, I'm gonna get over here to the truck, eat this, and I'll finish up with you guys here in just a sec. And now I get to, or got to, sit down in my chair, which is where my refrigerator used to be, and actually had lunch like somewhat of a civilized human. Been able to sit in a normal chair, not the front of the truck, also not laying in bed or sitting on the bed, and was able to, now I have a TV, but I was able to kind of do some work here, and I can just scoot this chair up, and now I've got a little bit of a desk. So that's why I got rid of my refrigerator and put this chair here. Now I still have the little fridge up front, but I like this a lot, man. As I said in the live stream yesterday, I think, which, by the way, that live stream's been seen almost 2,000 times. That was an hour-long video. I don't think I've had that many live streams be seen that many times. But I was kind of pointing out the fact that I got rid of my big fridge and put this chair in, and I already love it. I already love to be able to, I just cannot stand to get into bed unless I'm going to sleep. I don't want to just lay around in bed all the time. And also, thanks to Jim, my driver, my Peterbilt, for busting my chops. I posted it in Discord. That's driverdiscord.com, by the way, that I got a cheeseburger to celebrate not getting a sleep study and losing 10 pounds, which is the worst way to celebrate, especially when you're on a diet. But Jim, to you, here is my, so I owe you a dinner. Here's what we'll do. If I lose 5 pounds, so right now I'm at 239, or at least I was at 239 this morning. If I lose 5 pounds by the time I get home, you buy me Cracker Barrel. If I don't lose 5 pounds or more before I get home, I will buy you steak dinner somewhere. How about that? Let me know if that's a deal, since you were the one busting my balls for breaking my diet and eating a cheeseburger, which it is funny, and I should get my balls busted for it because it's totally stupid. That is the most retarded way to celebrate not getting a sleep study and losing 10 pounds. Anyway, so now I'm just sitting here enjoying the rest of my water, whatever these are. I like the Waterloo. I have the Waterloo waters, carbonated waters. That's another thing. I used to love Dr. Pepper and Mountain Dew. But I'll tell you guys, quitting drinking soda has been one of the biggest contributors, I think, to losing weight. And now I just try to drink as much water as possible. And these carbonated waters, they take some adjustment, because if you're used to soda, you're used to that really sweet, sugary flavor. But once you get on them for like a month or two, then you'll think they have a lot of flavor. At first, you're gonna be like, this doesn't have any flavor at all. But after a month or two of drinking them, now you think they have a lot of flavor. So anyway, I'll get back on course tomorrow. So I'm gonna sit here and finish this, have a cup of coffee, and then I'm out of here. I'm not playing this game. I talked to my fleet manager and I talked to Outbound this morning. It doesn't look good for freight. There's some pretty severe storms coming in tonight here in Springfield. So I'm out. I'm going trailer hunting. I already told my fleet manager that. I'm not going to sit here and wait for a day or two on whatever slops might come in. Nah, man, I got to get going. So I already told him where I was going to drive to, a couple 100 miles away, and he moved my truck there. And I told him where I was going to go look for an empty trailer. So I'm going trailer hunting tonight. And then Mikey, my night dispatcher, he'll be able to change my PTA when I have an empty trailer. I'll run and get that washed out, and hopefully get get moving and be up and hopefully get up there into the Midwest matrix that I love to run in. So that's kind of my plan. I have no intention of sitting here for a day or two and waiting for slops here on the yard. I'm out of here. I got my DOT physical done. I got my APU serviced, and I'm just bobtailing out. It's not in the cards for me. So I'll be back on my somewhat normal routine of posting videos. I've got another 1 or 2 scheduled that I did from home a couple weeks ago, but I'll be doing these regular videos for you guys, and as always, putting them up early for members of the channel, and then the next morning for everybody else. So we are now on Campaign Fallujah. I call it Campaign Fallujah because it's so damn hot. It is hot and humid and muggy everywhere, and we've got like a record week of heat coming across most of the United States for the next week and a half. So because I came out on this campaign, and this is Campaign F, just finished Campaign Echo, I'm calling this one Campaign Fallujah just because it's just sweaty, miserable, humid heat everywhere. But I'll be vlogging and kind of bringing you guys along for the ride. So appreciate all the new subscribers. If you haven't done so, please do so. See you over on driverdiscord.com. And until next time, be safe, make good decisions, always drive, thrive. Talk to y'all soon.